Every person is born with the same invisible account. You can't earn more of it. You can't borrow from tomorrow. You can't buy another second once it's gone. Yet almost everyone spends it as if tomorrow is guaranteed. But here's what almost nobody sees. This invisible account, not money, talent, or intelligence, is the single biggest reason some people become financially free while others work their entire lives without ever escaping. And almost nobody realizes they're making the decision that quietly determines which life they'll eventually live. Think about this. Two people begin their careers on the same morning. Both are intelligent. Both are disciplined. Both are willing to work harder than everyone else. 30 years later, one owns businesses, investments, and assets that continue creating wealth while they sleep. The other still wakes before sunrise. Still answers emails late into the night. Still believes financial freedom is only one more promotion away. So, what separated them? It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't effort. It wasn't luck. It was one ordinary decision. A decision so small that most people never even notice they're making it. Now think about a village with two neighbors. Every morning, one walks to a distant well carrying two heavy buckets. As long as he keeps walking, his family has water. The day he becomes sick, the buckets stay empty. His neighbor chooses differently. Instead of carrying water every day, he spends months building a pipeline. People laugh. While everyone else brings water home, he's still digging through the ground. It looks slower. It looks like failure. Until the day everything changes. Water begins flowing on its own. The buckets disappear. The pipeline never asks him to carry another drop. That's the decision almost nobody makes. Most people spend their lives perfecting the bucket. Very few ever build the pipeline. By the end of this documentary, you'll understand why that invisible decision determines whether you spend your life working for time, or your time finally begins working for you. Because the most expensive thing you'll ever spend isn't money. It's the hours you'll never get back. And once you truly understand that, you'll never look at work, wealth, or your future the same way again. The time trap doesn't begin with a bad job. It usually begins with a good one. The first paycheck feels like freedom. The second feels like progress. Soon, you're convinced you've found the formula. Work harder, earn more, repeat. Life appears to be moving exactly as it should. So you keep saying yes. Yes to overtime. Yes to another client. Yes to another promotion. Every yes increases your income. It also quietly reduces your freedom. At first, you don't notice. You're young. Your energy feels endless. Tomorrow always seems far away. Then life changes. Responsibilities multiply.
Bill arrive.
A family begins depending on you. Your salary grows. So, do your obligations. Without realizing it, you've built a lifestyle that survives only if you keep selling another day of your life. That's when the trap closes. Not because you're failing, because you've become too busy to notice it. Picture a hamster running inside a wheel. It never stops moving. From the outside, it looks productive. But the moment it pauses, nothing has changed. Many careers follow the same pattern. The calendar fills. The inbox never stays empty. Meetings replace mornings. Deadlines consume evenings. Another year disappears. Then another. You're working harder than ever. Yet freedom always feels just out of reach. Modern culture celebrates this. Exhaustion is treated like ambition. Being constantly busy is mistaken for success. But being busy proves only one thing. Your time is being consumed. It says nothing about whether your future is becoming more valuable. That's the distinction almost everyone misses. Hard work creates income. Leverage creates independence. They are not the same. One pays you only while you're present. The other keeps creating value after you've walked away. The day you understand that difference, you'll stop asking how many hours you worked. You'll start asking how many hours your work gives back. Every financial decision carries two prices. The first is obvious, the money you spend. The second is almost invisible, the life you spend earning it. Most people calculate the first. The second never appears on a receipt. That's why two people can make the same financial decision and end up with completely different lives. Consider a consultant earning $300 an hour. The income is impressive. The calendar is full. Opportunities keep arriving. Then another client offers a high-paying project. Most people would see a bigger paycheck. The consultant sees a different question. What will this cost me? Not in money, in time. Will it delay building a business that could one day replace these hours? Will it postpone hiring someone who could remove repetitive work? Will it steal another month from creating something that continues producing value long after it's finished? The opportunity hasn't changed. The way its measure has. That's the difference. Successful people don't simply protect their income. They protect the hours capable of creating something bigger than income. Think about an airport. Thousands of passengers are heading to the same destination. Some spend hours standing in long queues. Others walk through a different lane and arrive just as safely. The destination is identical. The system is not. Money follows the same principle. Most people try to move faster. The wealthy redesign the path. They stop asking, how can I earn more next month? Instead, they ask, how can today's effort continue paying me years from now? That single question separates a paycheck from an asset. An hour answering emails disappears forever. An hour building a system can return value for years. One is consumed the moment it's finished. The other keeps working while you're doing something else. The time trap survives because it teaches people to sell every hour. Real wealth begins the moment you realize some hours should never be sold. Most people believe wealth comes from working longer. The truth is far less obvious. Wealth grows when your time stops carrying the entire burden. Think about two carpenters. The first builds a table every day. He finishes one. He gets paid once. Tomorrow, he starts again. The second spends weeks designing a machine that can produce hundreds of tables. For a while, it looks like he's falling behind. His income slows. His friends seem to be winning.
He's still building.
People question his decision.
Some even call it a mistake.
Then the machine is finished. From that moment, every hour he invested begins paying him back. Again, and again, and again. That's leverage, not avoiding work. Making today's work valuable long after today is over. This is where the wealthy think differently. They don't ask, how can I work more? They ask, how can this hour keep working after I've finished? That mindset changes every decision. Instead of doing everything themselves, they build systems. Instead of solving the same problem every week, they solve it once. Instead of protecting every task, they delegate it. At first, those choices feel expensive. They demand patience. They require trust. Sometimes they even reduce your income in the short term, but they create something far more valuable: time that returns. Most people chase a bigger paycheck. The highest performers chase a future that no longer depends on one. Because the goal was never to escape work. The goal was to escape dependence. The moment your income no longer demands every hour of your life, work becomes a choice, not a condition for survival. The most dangerous sentence in personal finance isn't, I don't have enough money. It's, I'll have time later. Later, when business is better. Later, when work becomes easier. Later, when the pressure disappears. But later has a habit. It keeps moving. Every milestone creates another. Every promotion introduces another responsibility. Every success demands a little more of your life. Without realizing it, you stop living in the present. You begin negotiating with the future. Think about a father whose daughter asks him to play. Maybe this weekend. The weekend arrives. Work gets in the way. Next weekend. Weeks become months. Months become years. One day, she stops asking. Not because she stopped wanting your time, because she stopped believing it was available. No financial statement will ever record that loss. No investment report will mention it. Yet its cost can be greater than any market crash. Money replaces many things. It never replaces a moment that has already passed. That's why people who truly understand wealth protect more than their investments. They protect their attention. Because attention becomes time. And time becomes life. Every hour you give away is quietly shaping the person you're becoming. Not dramatically, patiently, one decision after another. Real wealth isn't having a calendar full of commitments. It's having the freedom to decide which commitments deserve your life. The day you begin protecting your time as carefully as your money, you stop building only for the future. You finally begin living in the present. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong question. For years, people have asked, how much money do I need? It's a fair question, but it isn't the one that changes a life. A better question is, how much of my time do I truly own? Because every financial decision is also a life decision. Money can always be earned again. Time never negotiates. It only moves forward. Imagine reaching the final chapter of your career. Your business succeeded. Your investments grew. Your bank account is larger than you ever imagined. By every financial measure, you won. Then someone asks a question no balance sheet can answer. What did your wealth protect? Not what it bought. What it protected. Your family, your health, your peace of mind, your freedom. Or did it simply finance a life that left no time to live? That may be the question that defines real wealth. Money was never meant to replace your life. It was meant to protect it. The purpose of financial freedom was never to stop working. It was to choose the work worthy of your time. Because the richest people aren't always those with the biggest fortunes. They're often the people who decide where tomorrow begins. Without asking permission. Without watching the clock. Without selling another piece of their life. Maybe that's what wealth has always been. Not owning more. Owning your time. Because the day your time belongs to you, your future finally does too. And perhaps that's the difference between making a living and building a life. Thank you for watching. If this documentary changed the way you think about time, the next episode will challenge something even deeper. Not how you earn, not how you invest, but why some people stay in control while others slowly lose it. Because the greatest fortunes were never built by controlling everything. They were built by knowing exactly what to let go.